What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on. Come on home. Come on in. I'm home. Have a seat. Sit on down. Have a seat. Subscribe. Subscribe. Comment. Like. Typhoons TV. Episode 15. 15. Episode 15. Week what? Is it week 9? Week 9. It's Among Us. We're getting close. Now you know if you're a contender or pretender. You know. You know. Yeah. Don't go in there. Well, don't go in there looking at your team, assessing your team like Ryan Pace and Chicago Bears GM is looking at Mitch Trubisky. Oh, we're fine. We're good. We're good. Of course, Matt Nagy has got to jump on board with that and present the unified front. When they behind closed doors, they know. But they won't tell you, because if they do, Pace can't tell you, because if he does, then he admits he missed. It's one thing that a GM can't do is admit you missed. So he's got to hold on like Jameis Winston. Dude's putting up burner accounts. Jason Light. Dude has burner accounts defending Jameis Winston on Twitter. Writing a 400-page article that you can buy on Amazon. All encouraging how good Jameis Winston is. This is your GM. And you wonder why it's dysfunctional? It's just chaos, man. Oh, let me give you the thought for today. Oh, first off, I'm the Fantasy Typhoon. This is welcome episode Typhoons TV number 15. 1, 2, 3, 15. Comment, like. I would like you to subscribe. Subscribe, become a member here, and every time one goes off, you will be alerted. Because a lot of these, sometimes I might give it a lot of press. You know, I might retweet it a lot. I might put it on social media. I might brand it on Facebook. You know, I might go all out. And then some of them, I just do it. Don't even promote it at all. You know, so it's best to be subscribed. If you like the content, hey Typhoon, I like your content, man. Yes, sir, I like your content, sir. Go ahead, like. Go ahead, subscribe. Google or Bing, the Fantasy Typhoon, hit enter. That's how you follow me throughout all my various. It's my template of my fantasy football career. Find out all the places I've been and I wrote for some big publications and. You know, now here I am doing my own thing, you know. Now here at Fantasy Football 101, that's mine. I can say what I want to say, how I want to say it, when I want to say it, and where I want to say it. I don't have any regulations. Folks understand what I'm saying that are working for a site. But Google or Bing the Fantasy Typhoon, hit enter, that's my whole page. The thought for today. If you think you can do it, you're right. If you think you can't do it, guess what? You're right. So it's all in your mental lobe. Your mental lobe. It's in your brain. Can I play fantasy football? Yeah, you can. Are you good? Yes. Are you bad? If you think you're bad, guess what? You're bad. What's that meme? The guy it's all up here, man. Fantasy football is right here between your head. That's where it's played. You know, don't be like Baker Mayfield, just being manipulated and they're taking advantage of him. They know that the media knows who he is. They know he can't handle it. And they're picking on him. They're jabbing him. Yeep, 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 yeep. They're asking him stupid questions and jabbing him to get that reaction. Cleveland got what they wanted. You gave them billboard material to go back and write about. That's all you did. You gave Colin Cowherd something to talk about. All of it has nothing to do with football on the field. You're a franchise, dog. Baker Mayfield, you are the face, the talking face of the Cleveland Browns. It's you. You might want to do a Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I won't be fined. You know? Hey, look, I'm just here so I won't be fined. You know, and what about this trade deadline? How horrible was that? You know, the media did this. They hyped this thing up, and look at ESPN. They had like 15 people round table sitting there ready to break it down. And you turn the NFL Network, they got like the screen split, 9 analysts. Got the you know, I give them credit. They had the front office point of view. They had a ex person from the front office on ESPN and NFL Network. They had a player to break down what the player feels. Then they had a coach. Each side had a coach breaking down what a coach is thinking. Then you got your lead analysts, you know, Ian Rappaport and Ed Warner and Adam, of course, Shefty, you know, giving you the scoop, you know, from the reporter's point of view, vantage point, and then you had, you know, the moderator, the narrator, you know, Wendy Nixon. I forgot who it was. I don't know who it was on NFL Network. But you know, they good. I like the way they did it. I like hearing I like hearing front office views and coaches' views. That's who I listen to. I'd rather sit down and listen to a podcast of a coach and a GM telling you what they see, what they're doing, and why they're making certain moves, as opposed to listening to a fantasy football podcast. I'd rather hear that, because that's going to give me more information for my toolbox. Now, I do listen to fantasy football podcasts. There's a lot of good ones out there. There's a lot of good ones out there. But trade deadline came and gone. Jamal, what's his name? Jamal Adams. Wish he would have came to the Cowboys. Hey, it didn't happen. It is what it is. Dude, just get over it, dude. Go play football. You know, no need to doing all that. Just play football, dog. Just get out there and do your thing. You know, get out there and do your thing, man. You're a baller. But you know, just going back over going over my league, just looking back at some of the moves I made, man. You know, it's the small, unseen moves. It's not like the big move I just pulled off. I just brought in Tuesday. Whoa, let me give you the time and date stamp. We're looking at 10/31/2019, Halloween, and we're looking at 4:22 p.m. I'm in my Florida studio. Look, when you going back looking through my minor trades, and the big one I just pulled off, I just brought in Devontae Adams, and I let go of DJ Moore, Tyler Boyd, and had to let Irv Smith go. It's not time yet anyway, so I'm good. I don't mind letting Boyd go, and I don't mind Boyd. I picked up off the wire. That was a wire pickup, so that was free to me. Now I did some scrambling and some maneuvering and gave up a 2.1, like I told you in other Typhoons TV. I just recently had him on Taxi Squad. I'm ready. Exactly where I want him. So when he's activated, I don't have to go looking for him. He's already set, stone, waiting for me. Let's rock and roll. When it's your turn, when your number's called, let's rock and roll. Those are the little deals like that. Like this scraping up a player here and there just to move to get you a 2. Then go get Irv Smith, and then you hold him. He's a holder. Excuse me. He's a holder. Why, Typhoon? Because when his numbers call and it's his time, he won't disappoint you. It's not his time yet. That's fine. But when it's his time, I already have him on my roster, and once social media and everything catches up, or Rudolph goes down, or whatever it is, once his time is up and it's time for him to go get on the field and get the targets and to produce, he's not going to disappoint you. That's what you want to hold. That's what you're doing, all your little moves now to get these folks free, pretty much, for as little as possible, and hold. Because when they hit, now like we tell you, you're in a two-way go. I can either hold them or I can cash out and get me something big and then go get me something else with a little bit more pedigree. That's all it. That's all dynasty. That's all keeper leagues. That's all it is. That's it. Taking a bunch of moves, a little moves, turn them into a bigger move, turn them into a first round pick, and go get you. That's all it is. Climbing up. That's all dynasty is. All right, let's say, for instance, picked up what's the guy for Cincinnati Bengals, the guy. What is his name? I did a hold on. What is that guy's name? Give me a second. Bear with me. Give me a second. I want to get his name. I cannot think of his name. I'm having a brain freeze, folks. I'm human. And I'm not going to edit this out. You need to see, hey, I'm just like you. Alden Tate. Picked up Alden Tate, threw him out there, let him run around a little bit, score a couple of touchdowns. He's a red zone threat. Am I keeping him? No. He's not a difference maker. He probably won't ever play for me. What I do, traded him out. Jalen Hurd. Jalen Hurd is on IR right now. You can see they're scrambling for answers at wide receiver. Pettis won't do it. Samuel won't step up and yank it. Come to find out, my sources was telling me that Richie and Kendrick Bourne, they were cut. They weren't making the team, but due to Trent Taylor and Hurd getting injured, they put those on IR to return and kept Bourne and Richie. They were cut. You know what I'm saying? So now you got Hurd. Now I got Hurd, and he's on IR, which is beautiful. Best place to hold a guy is taxi squad in IR. You're not taking up space. You're not interfering with my roster moves. Beautiful. So now Alden Tate's gone. Guy got Alden Tate. Probably won't never play him. I don't know. He might play him. I don't know. I've been in leagues and I've faced Alden Tate. Like I said, just traded for Devontae. I got Devontae Adams, Josh Rosen. Because there's roster limits, so he had to give me some throwaways. He gave me Reggie Bonifant, running back for Carolina. I might hold him for a little bit. No, I think I dropped him already. Gave me Reggie Bonifant. I just dropped Josh Rosen and Devontae Adams for my DJ Moore, Tyler Boyd, and Irv Smith. Now, I've already dropped Reggie Bonifant and picked up Alex Erickson. Once I did the trade. I think it was Monday night. Did the trade about Monday night. It was late. I saw the offer come in. I was like, you know what? Sometimes it's best not to even. It's close enough. I'm not going to haggle it. No, excuse me. It came in. It came in Monday. Excuse me. Came in Monday. Early Monday. I woke up, there was a trade in my inbox. He wanted my DK Metcalf. No, not getting Metcalf. He wanted Metcalf and DJ Moore for Davante Adams. That's what his initial offer was. I countered with Tyler Boyd and DJ Moore for Davante Adams. He came, that's when late Monday night, I went and looked, boom, saw it come in, went ahead and accepted. It was Josh Rosen, Reggie Bonifant, and Davante Adams for my DJ Moore, Tyler Boyd, and Irv Smith. Before I hit accept, I always got to do it, go talk to my doc. He was like, yeah, he should be back this week. He was like, everybody thought he was coming back next week, but he had already said he was coming back first thing in November. He should be able to come back. Now, there is a recurrence rate, just like your boy Patrick Mahomes. Before the offseason, where he can fully let it heal. He's going to play with special shoes on that foot. And yesterday, talking to Rob Demovsky, the ESPN guy, he reporting that Adams put in full limited practice yesterday, but everybody was limited. Aaron Rodgers was on the bike. Aaron Jones was on the bike. No helmet, no pass. The guys just running around. That was practice. Just kind of like everybody was limited. It was a walkthrough. It was a hyped up walkthrough. Davante Adams participated in that. Then afterwards he said, hey, so my toe was just a little bit sore when I push off, but we're going to keep going. Talk to LaFleur. He's at the press conference. You got to get this information yourself. Press conferences are easy to find. I listened to him myself. He was like, he's day-to-day. Can't wait to get him back. I'll be ecstatic when he comes back. Basically is what he was saying, trying to do a little word for word there. But basically what he was saying, can't wait to get old dude back. So today, full pads go on. I thought it would be full pads today since it was so lax yesterday. So he ramped it up all the way with full pads and hitting. Davante Adams out there getting it done with full pads. So haven't seen the participation report yet, if it was full or limited, but the simple fact that he did, let's see if it came out yet. But the simple fact that he did put on full pads and was out there with the guys. Talked to Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers said, yeah, I've been keeping my eye on him. Been watching those 17, is what he said. Can't wait to get him back. So we'll see. He's trending towards playing. Doctors, in my opinion, my doctors have cleared him. So now it's up to the real NFL doctors to clear him. But they said, hold on. Mark Cooper practicing in full. Hold on, let's see if we can get what kind of practice that was. Hilton didn't practice. Le'Veon Bell getting angry and frustrated over his lack of touches. It's coming. Patriots wave Josh Gordon. He's gone. Somebody pick him up. No update on Davante Adams as of yet. Talked to Davante Adams yesterday. They were saying it's a little sore, but the key words was he's like, hey, it's pretty much up to me how I feel if I'm ready to go or not. Is pretty much where this is. He said, even though the doctors have to put some play into it too, but it's kind of like, the pain is his to feel, and it's kind of like the doctors are kind of like, well, how do you feel? It's kind of like, of course, players going to be like, yeah, let's rock and roll. So it took a little bit of longer time on that than what I wanted to. But you got to do your homework is what I'm trying to say before you make a trade. I don't care who it is. Sit back, look, and pull it up. Like I was telling you, guy tried to get over on me with Tyreek Hill doing all that stuff. But right when it hit, I'm looking at my inbox. He sent me Tyreek Hill for my Amari Cooper. Then I saw another one, Tyreek Hill for DJ Moore. He was sent me 2 of them. I'm like, okay, what's all this all of a sudden? So I went ahead and looked, and you saw the headline: Tyreek Hill broke his son's arm. Da 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 da. I sent him back the 1.12 and a 1.10. Then I pulled the 1.10, gave him about a 30 minutes, pulled the 1.10, wrote him, hey, the 1.12 is getting ready to go. You take it or leave it. He took it. Boom, now I got Tyreek Hill. But anyway, it's those type of moves, man. I got the injury discount on Devontae Adams. Now I'm getting ready to trade Devontae Adams. You see what I'm trying to say? It's about the moves. And I'll tell you how I know when I need to trade in a minute. Stick tight for that. But right now I'm just going over little moves you can make. Silent moves is what I call them. They're not seen by the league. And they're so small, your league mates really aren't paying attention until they come back and look at your roster like, good God, Typhoon, where'd that come from? I've been sitting here building it the whole year right in front of you. It was just so subtle that you didn't understand where I was going. All right. Traded out Alden Tate, got Jalen Hurd stuck. What we try to avoid is holding a player when his time comes, and he's a zero. Like Duke Johnson, we've been trying to tell you. You've been holding Duke Johnson for 3 years. You still can't put him in your starting lineup to the point where you're like, all right, he's in there, I'm good. And you sit down and when you insert Duke Johnson into your lineup, whether it's RB1, RB2, or flex, you are nervous because you don't know what you're getting ready to get, and you've been holding that. We don't know. No. When Irv Smith time is called, and he might not be called this year, fine. You just got to know whenever the path, whatever happens, life, fantasy football comes fast. It could be Thursday during practice. Rudolph goes down. Irv Smith is in. Boom. When he's in for Rudolph, it's over. You can count on him. Like I've been telling you, but like the Alexander Madison. You can yes. I don't mind. Okay, he can sit on my bench and do 0 all year. Next year. Maybe it might not be next year to week 8. Dalvin Cook goes down. Boom. I've been waiting for this. Once I put Alexander Madison in there, I'm good. That's RB1 type talent. I can look at my roster and choose, do I want to put him in the RB1? Maybe I can run. What if I have Barkley, Zeke as my RB1, RB2? Boom. Throw Alexander Madison in the flex. Ugh. That's what it's all about. It's about holding these lower key guys until they get it. That's what your roster, that's what your bench is for. Your bench isn't for Alden Tate. Your bench isn't for Duke Johnson. Not those type of players. We don't recommend that on your bench. What you holding it for? We talking about holding guys that when they get a shot, I'm talking about it's takeover time. Just picked up took Josh Rosen, dumped him out, picked up Jarrett Stidham, activated Tony Pollard from the taxi squad, put Jarrett Stidham on the taxi squad. When you see Brady throwing balls in the dirt consecutively, and choosing to punt, it's a different situation there because they got a ferocious defense. He can dirt balls now. He don't have to make anything happen anymore. Just don't turn it over, Tom. He's a game manager. Tom, don't turn it over. Contract's up. It's a strong possibility Stidham could be your starting quarterback week 1, New England Patriots this time next year. I already got him. for free. You see what I'm trying to say? And when he's activated, it's going to be worth. Think about Stidham with Mike McDaniels and Bill Belichick. That's worth something. I got him. So when his time comes and everybody like, oh, shoot, Brady just went down. Stidham getting ready to come in. Or, oh, shoot, they just released Brady. Or Brady's not signing. Brady's not coming back. Once that opportunity hits, I got him. Oh, shoot, Rudolph just went down. Irv Smith time. I got him. You got him. You see what I'm saying? Or all right, they're San Francisco 49ers have just activated Jalen Hurd off the IR designated to return list. They just cut James Ritchie or Kendrick Bourne, whichever one. That's what they want to do anyway, like I was saying. They just cut them. Boom. He's activated. That's all you want. That's why those are the type players. There's bench players, and then there's players you just need to just go ahead, trade out, and bring something else in on the bench. Go ahead and get something and just move a small maneuver. All right, here's another one, and I'll move on from this. Picked up Alan Lazard off the wire. Darrell Williams for Kansas City Chiefs running back off the wire. Early. Right? Held him for a couple of weeks. Dude puts out on the billboard. I'm talking about dynasty, folks. I'm talking about dynasty and keepers right now. For the past couple of minutes, I've been talking about dynasty and keepers. Not really redraft. Now, picked up Lazard, picked up Darrell Williams, Kansas City. Dude puts McCoy and say, hey, look, just shoot me a third, any third. You get McCoy. All right, so I start doing my little secret shopping. Shopped out Lazard and Henderson. Lazard and, I keep calling him Henderson. Lazard and Williams for a third. Just kept shooting it out to all my league mates. One dude, all right, I'll do it. Hit back, hit accept. Immediately took the third, went out, got McCoy. So I got McCoy for 2 waiver wire picks. Then 2 weeks later, guess who's on the wire? Alan Lazard and Darrell Williams for the new flavor of the month. Boop, boop, right back into the hall. You see what I'm trying to say? It's trade those little assets while their window is open. You're not going to play them. Trade them out. Get your little piece. Bring it in. And build slowly. So now I got McCoy for free. So whatever I trade McCoy, hopefully McCoy can get a good game in. I might save him. I might play him. I might need him down the stretch. McCoy is an asset that I could, in a bind, I would play him. In a bind, I would play McCoy. Absolutely. He was doing pretty good till he fumbled last week. He fumbled. Hey, he didn't come back. But, look, these small transactions, then you couple that with a couple of big ones, can make all the difference in the world between winning and losing or having a full domination team. I might trade McCoy now for Mattinson. I wouldn't do it. Maybe I could add in a little something with it because you're trading a running back. They're thinking, shoot, I've been holding Mattinson for a while. They don't understand the power of Mattinson. They're tired. I've been holding them too long. It's patience. It takes a special person to be able to hold these guys because you know what you got. And when his number's called, drop him right in there. You just got an RB1 for free. Has been activated on your roster. Made your roster decisions for that week a whole lot better. Man, looking at Dolphins-Pittsburgh game, I have to say it publicly. Dolphins really tried to play. Dolphins are not tanking as far as them going out and just giving up a game tanking. They're tanking in the sense they don't have enough talent on the field to win tanking. Those guys are playing. which is good for floors for the head coach. If you can motivate that and get those guys to gel and to come give you full effort, knowing you tanking, that's a leader. I don't know if I'm having second thoughts about Flores now. I sat back and actually watched them. You know, you don't really want to sit back and watch a Miami game. You know, doing this, I really don't want to watch you. There's too many other things I want to do, so I just waited for you to hit prime time. And you finally got a primetime game, and I like what I saw from the head coach. Those guys were motivated. Those guys were hitting. Those guys were interception. They showed fire. They tried to win that game. There wasn't tanking on the field. Tanking is from the roster makeup, not enough talent. It's a difference. Let's see. Miles Sanders. Did you see the 65? It's there, man. It's there. It's there. He's already being used as a dependable wide receiver for the team, which is already in your benefit because now his floor is high. When you got a receiving back who can actually catch and run routes out the backfield, now all we're doing now is just he can pass pro like the best. He can be trusted. All we're waiting for now is his decision making as far as when he gets the ball, stop all this here. Get the ball. Sometimes you might need to dance and wait. It's a difference between patience and going to get it. You can't be patient and let holes pass. You're being patient and wait for a hole. He's being patient and letting holes. The hole is there. You got to speak. That's all I want to see. That's why when I told you when I was sitting between Miles Sanders and David Montgomery, I chose Sanders. For that reason. It was on display. You look at David Montgomery, he had a breakaway. He came through the line of scrimmage. It was daylight. He didn't get to the end zone. Miles Sanders hit his head on the goalpost. 6. Couldn't catch him. That's rare. Once he gets it down and stops trying to go to the outside and hit a home run, once he lowers his head down and takes those 2-3 yards, grind. He's got the grind. Man, I'm telling you, man, that dude got special traits. It's just they all haven't messed yet. That's all. You know, once he gets decisive, and you know, it's going to be hard to get him off the field. He's going to be head and shoulders above. Why would he come out for the passing down? He's already proven he's an elite pass catcher and runner with the football in the open field. So why would you take him off? So in other words, he's already on third. He already owns third down duties. So once he starts coming in for first and second down, why are you taking him off for third down? That's already proven. So when it all comes together, that's a nice place to be when that comes together. Now, I just want to say here, do you really understand what you're doing as far as when you're constructing your masterpiece of a roster? When you're constructing your masterpiece of a roster, do you really understand what you got going on? Do you really get what you're trying to accomplish? Now, in your league, your numbers are different, but you really need to know what you need in every position. All right, like in one of my leagues, I take my dynasty leagues. I'm going over my dynasty league. You do it for redraft too. I know my quarterback needs to give me 25.5 points. That's the floor for my quarterback. That's how I know if my quarterback is up to par or do I need to trade out my quarterback. How many times does he get me over 25? If my quarterback is consistently completing over 25 points a game, I might not really need to upgrade that focus on upgrading my quarterback right now. That's not a need. I won't do any trades right now for that. I'll rock with that. Right now I got Deshaun Watson. Like I told you, I started off the year with Ben Roethlisberger and Jimmy Garoppolo. Did some deals. Traded out. What's his name? Traded out Kerryon Johnson. Got Sammy in a 1. And Jimmy Graham traded out the 1 and fixed the quarterback with Deshaun Watson. He's doing about 28 a game. Beautiful. But it fluctuates now. Sometimes he's coming under that a little bit. But more times than not, he's breaking the 25-point threshold, 25.5 threshold. So I'm good. So now what I need to do, later on, I'll wait, scrape up some coins and put it together and get me a prime backup. Might get Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Just when I get 2, I want 2 that's going to. But I work my way up to Mahomes. I won't just go get him. Remember, I wanted Mahomes at first. Now I'm good. I'm good with Watson. So now I was going to take Watson and move in a piece to go get Mahomes. Now that plan's changed. Now I'll maybe take Garoppolo in a piece and come up to Stafford. You see what I'm saying? Run Stafford out there a little bit and then take him and come up, and then take him and then come up, and then maybe sometime next year, all right, I'm going for Mahomes. Then I got Watson and Mahomes as my quarterback. I'm good. I don't have to touch my quarterback for the next 10, 12 years. I'm good at quarterback. Don't have to worry about quarterback no more. That peace of mind is worth paying for. All right, now looking at my running back. We have the option of starting 3 running backs. One in the flex, put it that way. Starting 2 running backs. Is minimum. So first running back I've looked, I gotta give me at least 21.9 round. You gotta be capable of hitting 20.9 more often than not. You know what I'm saying? I need you to give me that 29. Before I go out and make a move, 21.9 is where I need you to be. My RB2 kind of needs you settling in at 9.9. You know, because I'm looking at my leagues. In that league, about 130, 150, you doing that pretty much a week, you're going to get to the playoffs. You see, that's why. If you add all this up, you're pretty much coming in at about 130, 127, 130 at the end of the day. With all this said, now sometimes my quarterback might not hit the 25, and my running back might not hit. My RB1 might not hit, might come in at 17, but my RB2 might have a beautiful day and he compensate for the loss of my QB underperforming and my running back 1 on the. You see what I'm saying? So it's a team. Now you see how it works. Your team works as a team for you instead of just as individual players and individual slides. So when you're lining them up on Sunday, you're sitting back, you're looking, you know they need to hit a certain number threshold. And if they continue to fail, all right, now I got to trade you. You got to get off my roster. Now I'm a wide receiver 1, quarterback 1. My quarterback, this isn't a one QB league, but you can do it for your settings. All settings, scoring settings are different. Like in my EFG leagues, my quarterback got to give me 60 minimum. But the scoring settings are different. They're on blast. They're amplified. Excuse me. They're amplified. So you just got to know your league. If you're in a standard league, you just got to know. You got to do research on your league, yours. Kind of find out what the medium is to get a win. Like, it's not going to guarantee you a win, but you want your team to be efficient at a certain threshold every week. Every week I want my team to put up at least in this league. I want my team to put up at least 130, 135. If I'm getting 130, 135, whether I win or lose, I'm fine because I know more times than not in that league that's gonna get me to the playoffs, get me a first round bye. That's what I want in that league. Uh, Wide receiver 2 needs to give me about 17.4. That's what 9 targets and 100 yards without a touchdown. So some of these guys can do it without a touchdown. I don't care how you do it. I don't care what numbers, what you could catch 2 passes, you could catch 2, like DK Metcalf came through last week with 2 touchdowns. You see what I'm trying to say? He came in at 17 with just catching 2 touchdowns and a little bit of work here and there. But on 3 targets, he did the job was done. That's all I wanted. Wide receiver 3 is 17.3. That's what I'm looking for. And DJ Moore was my starter, and he was hitting it. He was guaranteed about 13 was where he was coming in. But every week I plugged DJ Moore in, he was giving me 13. I'm like, okay, I need a little bit more. So that's when I went ahead and decided, you know what? And then Devontae Adams thing came in. I was like, okay. Did my research on Devontae Adams. Talked to my doctors. The doctors signed off and said, yeah, he's okay. But even though he was like, hey, there is concern for he could re-injure. Same toe. But, once the off season comes and he actually rests over the year, over that whole off season, 2020 should be in a problem. This is dynasty. I'm worried about long term. So long term, whether he finishes this year out or not, long term he should be fine. Tight end, I need 12.9 from my tight end. I don't care how you do it. Right now I'm running Darren Waller in that position, and he's performing. He's doing it. I'm fine. Flex, we recommend running a running back in the flex over a wide receiver all day, every day. If your choice is coming down to a running back or a wide receiver, throw the running back out there. In most cases. Now, that's a rule, but rules are made to be broken when you looking at the it's kind of just like a guideline. You can say it's a guideline than a rule. Rule means you got to do it. It's a guideline where you need to look at, okay, I need to put a running back here. But when you're assessing the 2 players and you're looking at the matchups, you know what? Might be wiser to throw the wide receiver out this week. Now, I'll say this here and I'll wrap it up. Been looking at the defenses as far as your running backs. The best defense for your fantasy league going forward, because now the data's coming out. So now you can pretty much rely on the data now. We're in week 9, so whenever your team, your running back faces the Bengals, you got to put him in there. They're giving up 177.6 a game. That's the best option right now. So if you got a guy on the bench, or if you got Miles Sanders or something that, like me, if you're like me, my rookies don't play. But if my rookie comes up against the Bengals, if Miles Sanders play the Bengals, I'm throwing him out there. He has a better chance to get me to that number that I need, that I'm looking for. Dolphins is next at 160.4. They're giving that up a game, 160.4 rushing yards a game. Chiefs is next, giving up 145.0 a game. Browns is next, giving up 143.3 a game. Redskins is next, giving up 137.8 a game. I'm throwing I'm throwing Tevin Coleman out there as my RB2. 9.9 is what I need. Feel pretty good about that one. Now, anything can happen, but, I looked at her injury report. Breeder's playing and Mozart are playing. They're both active. But at the end of the day, still throwing Coleman out there for 9.9 against Redskins. As the matchup it's his time to play. 137.8. 1, 2, 3 is the fifth best option. Panthers, now this could be skewed a little bit. Numbers lie. So this could be skewed a little bit for the simple fact that they just got railroaded for 100 yards and more by Tevin Coleman, and they still, the 49ers took a bite out of them. That run game, I'm trying to tell you, man, we told you, that run game is bananas. Tell you some information about the run game in San Francisco from some San Francisco people. Look, here's how it goes in San Francisco. Well, they didn't do it this week because they're playing. They're playing tonight. But last night, Shanahan called the whole offense. If you're on the 53-man roster and you play offense, because if somebody goes down, you have to come in. You got to know. He calls the whole offense together. They take about an hour. Everybody in hoodies or whatever. You don't have to have any game gear on. Come relax, flip-flops. Nobody's really doing anything. It's kind of like a walkthrough, but he's just bringing everybody together. And he's explaining the game plan. Run game, passing game, play action. He tell you, I don't know exactly when I'm going to do this, but here's what's getting ready to happen against Arizona. Is what he's telling them. All right. Mostert, Breeder, Tevin. When I run inside zone, I'm going to run it this way. And I want you to go here, or whatever you see. It's a 2 to 3 yard play. 2 to 3 yards, I'm happy, because it's a dummy play. That's not the play. I'm doing it for a reason. That's not when you get 2 to 3 yards, you didn't fail, guys. Because that's what I want from you. When I call this play at a certain time, I'm going to call it 3 times tonight. And when I call it, it's going to fail. So, just letting you know. But when I call it the 5th time, it's setting them up to when I put the ball in you're going to run the back's belly, we pulling it. It's a play action this time. It's going to catch Emmanuel Sanders, and it's going to catch George Kittle or whatever wide receiver option is open downfield. It's going to catch them for a 30 or maybe even a touchdown. So that's what the play is for. I'm asking y'all, when we run it, it's going to fail. It's not there for you, for the running backs. It's there to set up for the pass game. Okay, I just want y'all guys to know this. He's talking to the whole offense. Then he says, all right, when I pitch it out, when I hit you with the pitch running back, that's it. That's your touchdown. It's going to be when I call that play, I'm going to call it maybe 3 or 4 times, left or right, whichever side I call it to. When that play is called, running back, that's your shot for a touchdown. Because they are very aggressive, and the play I called before that is setting up the outside stretch. So in other words, he sits his team down, offense down, and goes over and tells them, "Hey man, bear with me here, because when I call some of these plays, they are not going to work. But I'm doing something." So now everybody understands what's going on. So just wanted to let you know how Shanahan is running that show. But Packers is next, 123.8. So whenever your team Your running back is up against the Packers. Hey, throw them out there. Chargers is next, 122.8. Then the Giants, you got Zeke coming up. Giants give up 122.4 a game on the ground. Falcons is next, 118.4 on the ground. So if you ever have a running back that's facing the Bengals, Dolphins, Chiefs, Browns, Redskins, Panthers, Lions, Cardinals, Packers, Chargers, Giants, or Falcons, load them up. That's DFS information. Load them up. But hey, man, we just here to give you the goods. Week 9, good luck to you. Google a Bing, the Fantasy Typhoon. Hit enter. That's my whole page. Make sure you like or subscribe. Rock with me here. Keep in contact with me. As always, don't just win. Dominate!